to call this meeting to order. This is Friday, August 14th. This is a special Commissioners Court meeting for County of Starr. And let the record show we do have quorum, everyone being present. If everyone will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have a couple of items, but the reason for this meeting is to take action on appointing a local health authority. As I guess everybody knows by now, at our last meeting, Dr. Vasquez resigned, so we needed to name someone. Dr. Falcon, a local doctor, volunteered that he would take over the duties of the health authority. So we're thankful to Dr. Falcon. Dr. Falcon, before we take any action, do you want to address the commission court?
Yes, I'd like for me to approach the podium. I got just a few questions to ask to the doctor, just to clear up the air of what transpired on last meeting. And I want to take my mask off, if you don't mind.
No.
And I'll be 6 foot away from everybody. So. Good morning, Dr. Falcon. I'm pretty sure you don't need any recognition because I'm pretty well known here in the community. But probably for the media, I would like for you to state your name and your profession so the media can know who you are.
My name is Antonio Falcon. I have a medical doctorate degree from Baylor College of Medicine. Graduated in 1977. Did a 3-year residency and have been in Rio Grande ever since.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, let's go back to Sunday, about maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, sorry about that. And I was at home and I started getting a bunch of calls asking me about this $120,000 contract that was supposed to be taken action on Monday, which I didn't know anything about it, and apparently all our commissioners didn't know. And then I got a call from you, is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Commissioner.
And you told me to come and deliver a message to the Commissioner's Court, is that right?
Well, after a long conversation.
Yes, for a long conversation that you were willing to come and do this, take over or do the job free of charge to the county. If any money would be to recover from the COVID program, that you were willing for the county to use it to help the people out there that didn't have the ability to pay their medical bill. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Are you still willing to do the same thing what we discussed?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, thank you. Other thing, do you have the time? Because there was a concern that you might not be able to have the time to produce or to conduct this function as director of health. Because of whatever reasons, are you available? And I know you're capable, there's no doubt in my mind, but do you have the time and you're willing to spend all the time needed to be the health director?
Commissioner, right now we're living in very, very serious times. And you all may not realize it, but all of the doctors in the community are putting a lot of time into this. I'm going to have to redirect some of my time, specifically for the efforts of the county. But some of you that know me well know that I am not a hands-on person. I like to delegate. And I think that I can do it quite easily, yes.
Is it the same job or better? Is it the same function that it was?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Well, the functions are spelled out by the law, what the authority of the county health authority is, and I certainly intend to fulfill every one of those to the best of my ability.
Okay, and just for better information and for my fellow commissioners to hear it from you, before we even start or suggest or do a motion to appoint you, I just want to clarify that these things are in order and that you're willing to fulfill that position.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay. Well, I do appreciate that, Doctor. And you have the time, and we can use the money for the people that if we get any of that money. And I'm pretty sure, based on my experience, and you've been my doctor for I don't know how many years, and we've been personal friends. And I know that you have the capability and the connections with the governor's office. If any person here in the county can help us out with the governor's office, I think it's you. Am I correct or not?
I have some close ties, luckily, with the governor's office, yes, sir.
Okay, well, that's all my questions.
Anyone else have any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Doc, well, I certainly don't have any, like Commissioner Alonso says, you're a cornerstone of this community, and I've known you, pretty much all your life. I'm older than you are. So I know capability is there, and yesterday we did meet, just to let the commissioners know. Dr. Falcon came by and we had our first meeting, and he started working even though he's not obligated, but he was willing to help. So I'm thankful for that.
And I just wanted to clarify, like you said, all this media going on. I'm the SOB in the commissioner's court, and I'm running for everything. But I don't mind, I can take the hit, But I want for the public to hear from you what transpired on last week.
I don't think it was so much the media, Commissioner. I think it was Facebook. Can't listen to Facebook.
Well, it's the same thing, same thing, people, because whatever, But, I'm a big boy, and I can take any blames whatsoever, So that's no problem with it. Even though we had a for the commissioner voted in favor to deny the contract, but I can take it, no problem.
Anything you want to add?
Judge, I just, I thank you for your confidence in allowing me to participate in trying to heal our community from this terrible disease that has afflicted us. We're not out of the woods yet. You all have seen the numbers. We're still having a lot of cases. And I have, over the last several days, had a lot of discussion with a lot of people that have had experience with this to see what we can do to change the numbers. There's different things that have not been tried that we need to try, especially now that schools are going to reopen. We need to focus on protecting our elderly. As you all will know, most of the deaths are in the elderly and the infirm. And so we need to maybe start focusing on how do we protect the elderly, while at the same time allowing schools to reopen and do things like that. I think it's important that all of us do this together. I certainly want you all to know that you will be an integral part of what I finally decide in terms of recommendations, based on your thoughts and based on some of my fellow colleagues that are out there working and seeing patients. I can say that as we get closer to the vaccine, that's a very bright and shining light for us, because once we have the vaccine available, hopefully things will change for us. But until we get to that point, we still need to continue to do exactly what you all are doing here with face masks. I'm a big believer in social distancing, not touching. We need to see each other. People need to go visit their grandparents, but not hug them and kiss them and touch them. I'm hoping to maybe start a little campaign with the school kids so that they can go to their grandparents and parents and say, Mom, we can't do this, and Mom, we can't do that. Several studies have suggested that the best way to stop smoking was sending kids to their parents and grandparents and say, don't smoke, Grandpa, don't smoke, Daddy. And that was probably the biggest factor. And if it worked for cigarettes, it may work for this problem that we're having. Just anything that we can do to help decrease the numbers and get into a better overall situation. From my understanding, and I didn't get the report from the hospital this morning, but there are hospital beds available here at our hospital. They do have respirators. We have an excellent group of hospitalists and local doctors and people from the military, physicians from the military and nurses that are providing an excellent job at the hospital. There are beds available in Hidalgo County hospitals. So it's looking a little bit better as we sit here today. I will try to update out as much as possible to let you know what the status is on some of that. The other good thing that I found out is that if you don't have a local health officer, TDH will automatically take over that position. Sounds like you already knew that, Judge, but that made me feel better that, these past few days, we did have an authority over the health of the county. But more than anything else, I'd like to listen to your thoughts and hear your ideas if you have any right now.
Judge, with this in mind, we need a motion.
Yes, we need to appoint.
I move that we approve Dr. Falcon as the local health authority, Your Honor.
I'll second the motion.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Congratulations, Doc.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Or maybe my.
Thank you, Doc, for being here.
No, I'm ready to get to work, and again, I expect that we work as a team.
I do want to take some time and thank Dr. Vasquez for the time that he helped the county. We're certainly very appreciative of that, the time that he volunteered. And we wish him all the best.
I certainly agree with that, Judge. He did put a lot of effort into this over the last several months. And yes, he should be recognized for all that work, all that hard work and that effort. Certainly, I agree with you.
And, certainly, things are looking up, Doc, but as you mentioned, we cannot let our guard down. Yesterday, we had 111 cases. That's a lot of cases for Starr County. But the bright spot is, like you mentioned, the hospital. That was our biggest obstacle that we had, and that's the reason we had to transport people out of the area and even out of state. Hopefully, we won't need to do that anymore. So,
Your Honor, I had a call from one of our constituents out in Precinct 2 that if there was gonna still keep on with the COVID testing, and we are, am I
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
COVID testing will keep on, free testing will be keeping on throughout the county, am I correct?
well, we have, the COVID testing will be at the test site that the
At the
county
test
has,
site, okay.
which is at
And that's gonna keep on
Fairground?
until
the
the
fairground.
fairgrounds,
Yeah, that will continue.
that will continue.
And then the National Guard is coming in
And
periodically.
then, yeah, that's, I've also got a call from National Guard.
And what we were trying to do for the National Guard, because there's been a lot of confusion when we move it around, is maybe have one on the east side, either La Victoria or La Casita, and one in Roma.
Okay.
And then the people here, they have.
They'll be in my precinct in La Casita Cenizo, starting Tuesday, and I understand it's going to be till Saturday.
Yeah, and they'll be in Roma, and of course the one here in Rio, but that was going on all the time. Yeah, the problem with that, and I got the message, yeah. And certainly we want to do it. However, the National Guard, the last time they went, they had 20 people. And, yeah, and they said it's not effective for them.
Effective.
Your Honor, the one in the fairgrounds, is it free for the public?
Yes,
It's free for the public.
it's free for those that do not have insurance. Yeah, and that's coming out of the COVID money. Now, what we could do in San Isidro, I was thinking maybe if we could bring those people whenever they're here.
Transport, you mean?
Yeah,
But if we
transport.
transport them, we gotta be careful because they do have a COVID positive.
Yeah.
You can get anybody infected in there, and it's very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's
It's
tough,
I mean, it's a win and it's a lose, so.
Yeah. It's really tough because our testing lab does not want to do, if they don't do 100 or so, it's not cost effective for them. The National Guard is the same thing, they bring in a lot of personnel, a lot of testing equipment, and they say, we only have 20. So, we've tried to see if we can get them over there.
Did you get the letter from that lady from?
Yes, yeah. I got an email.
I'll talk to her.
So, he said, to call me, I've said this 1,000 times, my office is always open, if you'll have any questions, come, talk to me, give me a call, everyone knows my cell number, we'll answer any question you have, might not be what you want to hear, but I'll answer any question you have. So, yeah, tell them, give me a call.
Just a couple of quick things, Judge. You know, we're rapidly moving into flu season. So I think if the county can spearhead an effort to try to get everybody immunized, especially 65 and over. But as you all know, the flu also affects children much more than COVID does. So we need to have a very aggressive campaign, and we can talk about that at the next meeting, because I know none of this is on the agenda. But we also need to look at the worst case scenario possibility that what if we have a bad flu season together with a continuing COVID? And
Can we purchase with the COVID, like to give people a flu shot for free?
Well, the flu, Cynthia, no, she's not here right now, but Ms. Fuentes is already working on the wellness program,
Okay.
where they come in and they give
Flu shot,
sessions, yeah.
maybe we can have one for the public.
Yeah, the thing is that last I heard, they still didn't have the flu shot ready.
It's not available yet, as far as I know, but it should be available any day now.
Yeah, as soon as it becomes available,
Go ahead
we're
and work on
gonna
that.
bring it.
And you said that you wanted to hear something from us,
Yes, sir.
and on my part, we need to take away the politics from this problem, and we need to not treat it like a business, treat it like a pandemic, and only the doctors can do it.
I agree. You know, it's been difficult because there's so many opinions and so many ideas, and social media has certainly exaggerated the ability for people to comment. And as you all know, with social media, many of the comments are incorrect or not true or just way off the mark. And so we as leaders of the community need to filter through that, try to pick out what's true and what isn't, and relay that to the people. I think that's really important. A lot of people out there are terrified. You know, I have patients that haven't left the house for 3 to 4 months now because they're terrified to go out and do anything. And we can gingerly educate those patients that it is okay to sit outside and visit with their families as long as they're not touching and as long as they're a safe distance away, especially our elderly patients. But we'll get into that a little bit more. Maybe we can have a specific time to discuss some of these things. And I'd like to hear feedback from all of you, because all of you represent a lot of people talking to you about what ideas they have, and that's how we can come to a commonality on what we're doing.
I'd say we just need to set up a workshop, not a meeting, but a workshop, you know, anybody can attend and talk about this.
Yeah, I guess, whenever you're available, Doc,
Yeah,
we can call.
We'll do it, and I prefer to have it with you all instead of having a lot of outsiders. We can invite maybe a few experts to come in and comment, but allow it for that, and let them listen to what you see at the ground level in your daily work. That's really important for us.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
I did call for the question, no?
Yes,
You already know.
I forget.
So do I.
Okay. Well, Doc, thank you so much, and welcome aboard. I do have, you need to be sworn in, Doc, so
Okay,
before you leave, maybe when the media comes in, I'll swear you.
okay.
Okay? No, that's what I put down.
Right up there, okay.
Right now. All right, my robe, please. Voy a confesar a tocayo. Okay, I guess we have one other item, and that's an action item, and that's to approve the request from JP to amend precinct 5 budget.
It's an ordinance.
Motion to approve, Your Honor. Second.
Moved and second to approve. Discussion. All in favor, please say
Aye.
aye. Opposed? Motion carries.